everyone, my name is Robin Cafiro and I am your child's foods teacher. You will see on the bottom of the first slide for the PowerPoint my email address. Please feel free at any time to send me an email, whether it's just checking in on your child, maybe it's a question about an assignment, or something that's upcoming. Just feel free to email me whenever you need to. I will reach out via email if I find that there's something that we need to discuss. And also from time to time, I do like to send some positive emails to the students because sometimes we're so used to getting negative emails or things with behavior or missing work that it is nice and refreshing to receive something positive regarding your child. So just a little bit about me. My educational background, I have a bachelor's degree from Montclair State University in home economics education. I have a master's degree from Jersey City University in health education. I have another master's degree from Montclair State University in nutrition education, and additionally, I have a certificate in exercise science and nutrition also from Montclair State University. I have been working here at the high school since 2005, so you can do the math on that. I've also done some additional work down at Lincoln Elementary School, particularly with the second grade students, but I've also done some work with the first and third graders as well. But where I mainly have my focus is here at the high school. I do have a publication that just came out this summer. One of my projects for graduation was to complete a thesis study for nutrition education at Montclair. And I did the thesis study at Lincoln Elementary School, where we were working on trying to increase fruit and vegetable consumption among second grade students during lunchtime. So it was a really exciting experience that I had working with the elementary students and the teachers and other staff members there and administration there. I definitely got a lot out of it, and I think it also helped me as a teacher in general, because when you're dealing with high school students and then you deal with elementary school students, it's quite different, but it was definitely enlightening. And when we were out on quarantine for quite some time, I received a phone call from one of my professors asking if I would consider wanting to publish my thesis. And I thought to myself, I guess we could try. It's something I was never really thinking about. At the point when you're doing your work, you're thinking you're doing it for the completion of the program, not necessarily for something else. So I worked together with one of my professors, and lo and behold, I got the phone call in June that we are published in a international nutrition education journal online. So it is very exciting. Something, again, I never really thought I would want to do, but now that it's in writing and real, it is kind of neat. Moving on to professional organizations, besides for being in NJEA, I'm also in several professional organizations for family consumer sciences. So this is both at the national level as well as the state level. I am also the head cheerleading coach. I've been coaching here in Rutherford for 14 years. It's been a very enlightening experience, and it's really great to have that relationship with the student athletes, again, both in the classroom and then out of the classroom as well. So let's get to the objectives of this course. So if you look up top, there are several things that your children will be getting out of this course. Mainly what they are going to be learning is first what my plate is and what it consists of, and then we'll be going over each component of my plate, learning about nutrition, learning a little bit more about cooking techniques, And we'll be also preparing a variety of dishes from each of these groups. So whether your child may be home fully remote, they're still going to have the opportunity to have that hands-on experience, even though they're not quote unquote in the classroom. All of the foods classes begin with proper safety and sanitation. They have already done an extensive amount of assignments dealing with safety and sanitation, as well as taking a safety and sanitation quiz. They're also learning different techniques for handling food, and ways to prevent cross-contamination, basic terms and methods of food preparation, understanding how to read a recipe, understanding that the procedures are written in order. Sometimes it's funny when they ask me, what do I do next? And I say, ooh, what is the next step? And then they go back to their recipe and they read it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's how it goes, 1 through whatever. So it's an exciting thing to see them progress as the semester goes on. They go from needing, quote unquote, hand holding to being able to do it on their own successfully. And then they do it at home, which is one of the greatest gifts. They're also learning time management, basic nutrition, and measuring techniques and abbreviation equivalents. And most of the stuff that we do here is made for servings of 4. So let's just say this is something that they wanted to do at home, and you have a family of 6 or a family of 8. They're able to do the math to properly understand what the measurements now need to be if they're doubling a recipe or halving a recipe and things like that. So some other exciting news for this course, your student, oh, I keep saying your child will be able to receive college credits if you so desire. You do have to pay for the college credits. This is through Bergen Community College. However, it does not mean that your child has to go to Bergen in order for these credits to be processed and used. So this class, foods, would count as an elective course in college. So what Bergen Community College does, it allows our students to get college credits at a really big discounted rate. We will be getting more information on this, I believe, in October, because registration, from my understanding, is in November. Once we receive information, I will put it out on Google Classroom. If, for let's just say, you definitely want your child to take this and your child has not given you any information by the second week of October, please feel free to reach out to me via email. And if I don't have that information right away, then I will go to the people who do have that information and get whatever feedback I need for you. So again, yes, it would be 3 college credits. The only university that we have heard backlash, meaning that they didn't accept the credits, was Villanova. But every other college university that RHS graduates have gone to, and they've done the dual enrollment courses, because I'm not the only one, that they have had no problem. So again, you can always reach out to your child's guidance counselor to get more information, or me if you have any more specific questions, okay? So grading, classwork, this includes all work that is in class, the hybrid days, and all remote students, okay? So all of that stuff is encompassing classwork, which is 45%, homework 15%, and quizzes and projects are 40%. I allow the students to use their notes for when they take quizzes, except for the first quiz, which was the safety and sanitation quiz. The one thing I do want to add is that you may say, well, what if they cheat or anything like that? It's their notes, so this is stuff that they have taken, but I also have access to their screens at home using an app called Dino, so I can see what they're doing on their screens from my screen. Okay, so I don't want you to think, well, how does she know if they're not doing things that they're not supposed to? We can see what's going on, especially on the days that we are not quote unquote live. Okay. And there will be one project per quarter. So student expectations, I think all of these things are relatively self-explanatory. The ones that I really want to focus on are the last two bullets. Keeping a positive attitude. I always tell my students, for the most part, I'm in a really good mood. I try my best to see, the world in general as the glass half full rather than glass half empty, even though we all know that we have bad days. The biggest thing I need my students to do is to have open communication. So whether they are fully remote, whether they're home on their hybrid days, or whether they're in class, if something's going on and they just need to not be called on that day, or maybe there's something else going on that I don't need to know the details about, they just need to communicate with me so I can, help them in the best way possible. Okay. And the last thing is be patient. So I really try to explain to them on the first day in the video that none of us are perfect. I'm going to make mistakes, they're going to make mistakes, and we're all trying our best to work together in the situation that none of us asked for, right? So we're all trying our best. You guys are trying your best as parents during this time. The kids are trying their best, and I'm trying my best. So if something's not working perfectly, maybe the internet goes out. Maybe I accidentally, set up an assignment for 5 minutes later than the class started, or this happens a lot. You set something up for 5 minutes before a class starts to be posted, and Google Classroom doesn't post it until 10 minutes after, and you're getting so many emails. So this is why we say we just need to have patience and a little bit more understanding, because we are all trying our best. And as long as we have open communication, I think that's the best route we can go. All assignments, materials, and announcements will be made through Google Classroom. Daily attendance is taken through Google Classroom. It's important that they note that attendance is taken, and it is on PowerSchool as well. So it is important to make sure that they sign in. Calendar for due dates is also on their Google Classroom. If you want to have access to the calendar for due dates on the district website, you can go to Rutherford High School for schools, under schools, and then you can scroll down for faculty and look under my name, Robin Cafiro, click on it, and you'll find my website. And if you click on foods, you'll see the calendars for each section. So depending on which section your child is in, you can follow along, okay? And comments are always made on Classroom. If it's something that I need to do for the whole class, it's a whole class comment. If it's something that's a private comment just for one particular student to give feedback or to answer questions, you can do it that way as well. So we are also available for extra help in the afternoons from 1:20 to 2:48. All your child needs to do is send an email. Let's just say also there's something that you have a question with and you want to send an email during that time, or maybe set up an appointment with guidance. We can go ahead and do that. One thing we just have to remind again for especially our fully remote students, that we are teaching during the first half of the day. So we may not always be able to get and respond right away to an email if it's not one of the days that we're live. We try our best at least once during a block to look at our email. But again, if maybe we're in a class discussion or they're cooking and I have to be walking around, I can't always press refresh, and then have those questions answered. So again, we're all trying our best. So we just have to have patience. And hopefully as we get into the routine a little bit more, it will become more habitual and things will be a little bit less stressful. So if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. I hope that your children will be enjoying the class. And one little extra thing I will tell you. So one of the things that especially my in-person students have to do when they cook, they have to do everything from start to finish. So this includes prep work, this includes cooking, this includes washing, this includes drying and putting away. And not to be gross, I know all you guys who, clean dishes and then there's stuff stuck in the bottom of the sink in that little drain catch. That's part of their grade too, that they have to pick that up, bring it to the garbage, shake it out. They have to clean the range top. So everything should be left as spotless as they found it. Just to, again, remind you, anytime that they are cooking in here, they have to, one, wear an apron, and we will wash it every single time. They also have to wear gloves, which is something new, and they also cannot eat or bring their food out after the class is over. They have to come back at 12:18 and get the food, and then they can go ahead and leave with it. So that's really it for my remote students, or I should say my remote parents for my remote students. If you want to have them do everything from start to finish, that's absolutely okay. If you want to have some bonding time with them and help them with the recipes, that's also encouraged as well. I think I created a really great bond with several members of my family in the kitchen doing different things. So this may be something that uh, they may not turn their nose up and say, I don't want to hang out with mom and dad. But when they're doing something fun and you get the end product and you get to eat something after, sometimes they may enjoy doing that together with you. So again, any questions, please feel free to reach out. And otherwise, have a great day and talk soon.